ladies and gentlemen, due to the state of affairs in the world right now, there will be cussing in this video. If you think that will disrupt your mindset or your Valentine's Day, you may want to ship off, mate. All right, with that out of the way, I gotta say, things are crazy. I just saw a dude on the social medias get executed seconds after attempting to make a "your mama so fat" joke about a battleship, and he was a meteorologist. And they were like, "Fat mama jokes are no longer allowed." And I was like, "Okay, dude, I didn't make it. It was a meteorologist. It was funny. It wasn't even funny, but it was like, yo, mama's so fat jokes aren't even allowed." It's like I barely get away with. That's what she said. Also, I'm going to be going through emotional roller coasters during 2020 because we're in a phase where the virus seems very serious and there's a giant outbreak and it keeps breaking out slowly. But there's going to be like a month, 2 to 3 weeks before anybody pulls their heads out of their ass. Now, I know a lot of you guys are getting prepared and staying fully aware and staying in touch. But I'm saying, the rest of everybody, non-Asteroid Fight Club, shall we say, man, like you still got 95% of the truth community is like, "Hey, can I tell you about our Lord and Savior, the grand solar minimum?" Or, Benzo was like, "Trump." Or then there's like, "Dude, I don't have to worry about a virus. I use Linux." And speaking of our president, the president's like, "Hey, man, don't worry. The sun will kill it in April." Now, let me get back to some bullshit-ass politics. And this is how, remember the whole time at THORnews, I've told you guys that everything politics is pretty much scripted to distract the public. Because it's like QAnon was like, "Hey, man, just a plan, bro." And then, stock markets hit record highs and the global pandemic breaks out. That plan sucked, dude. My plan of everybody working together was way better. We could have avoided a biochemical weapons agent escaping the lab that nobody controls. And we're also in a zone where like everybody always knows everything about all things. And so, I don't know. I do a pretty good job at telling you all the truth most of the time as far as I know it. And most of my information is surprisingly accurate. And so everybody's welcome to believe whatever they want to believe. But like at this point, I care a lot. But I don't really give a fuck. Like I've done a fucking great job. And been recommending for 7 years we all work together. But I've been trying to tell you guys, hackers have been in total control of everything. Remember, MAGA stands for Microsoft, Apple, Google, and Amazon, the 4 companies who've done the best since Trump took office. I'm not totally bashing on Trump, but as your Planetary Defense Commander, I'm being like, "Hey, man, he's the leader of the free world and supposed to be leading us to prepare for this thing better," because they've locked down cities in China, 400 million people. They've now locked down a city in Vietnam, or it's a town. It's only 10,000 people, but still, like I said, there's that point where your government distracts you. And up to the point when they just give orders, and it's really hard for me. Some of the, a few of the videos I watched where you're showing them like solder the doors shut in China, or pretty much just, like there's one video where a guy killed a woman who's trying to squish into the van, or just like corpses in the street. Like, dude, the fact that you had Barr, supposedly on the president's team, turn and cause some giant media circus right now. Like I'm saying, it's like a reality TV show where they have a scripted thing that takes up your mindset every fucking day. People are like, "Oh, I ain't got to worry about it. I got Bitcoin. My Bitcoin's doing real good." Someone said to me, "Hey, someone I trust goes, you need to code your messages more." I'm like, "Okay, I'm trying. This is not my area of expertise. So I should show more boobs, I guess." But happy day of love, y'all. I'm going to get somebody out there that like, Valentine's Day is a satanic pagan ritual. Be like, "Well, man, I love love, so I'm just saying, hey, happy Love Day, bro. Like it's like every holiday. If you have a YouTube channel, every holiday, someone's gonna come and yell at you about something. Even on Christmas, like the people like Christmas is evil pagan. It's like, geez, man, I don't know. If you look for evil everywhere, you will find it everywhere. But if it isn't rape, murder, child molestation, or outright thievery, then it seems like a gray area. And so I don't want to dip my wick into that gray area. Unless it's for great defensive purposes. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Selena Gomez. She's cute. You should see the way she looks at me. I think we should write a rock and roll anthem together. So, yeah, the risk to the average American is very low right now, says Secretary Azar on the coronavirus. But this could change rapidly. Oh, since this is like a half-assed THORnews, because I'm trying to get back into, I've been really down the last 16 hours. Trying to get back in the swing of things. Because it looks like, as, has been the course, we're just going to do the worst possible thing. And as people just do the same old shit. And I keep trying to edit a video, but my hackers are still just not, like, they are so jealous. Anyway, so they're like, yeah, the risk is pretty low. I remind you, the president's like, hey, man, hopefully the sun will kill it in April. Like, how do you not? It's just playing, dude. Whatever. Yeah, so try to get I'll make a better update later. I'll put Asteroid Fight Club Grumpy or some shit in the title. But yeah, you got like, that's the basic updates. We now got a case in San Antonio. Vietnam is quarantined a rural community. This thing has an incubation period of up to 24 days, which is ungodly, weaponized shit. Anyone can stand surface, supposedly 5 to 9 days. So, I don't know. Just trying to clear my head. But sometimes to maintain strength, I got to veer off hard right into delusions of grandeur. Sometimes come true. It's kind of like our imaginations create our world and our future. It's like that book, The Secret. I don't know if you had a sister or a woman back in the day, they were always like, you need to read The Secret. I was like, okay. Yeah, okay. People are always like, this is evil, that's evil, that's evil, this is evil. Hey, shut the fuck up, buddy. Make up my own damn mind. I'm pretty good at research. Oh, also, what if the virus is like the rapture, which is way more painful than advertised? I'm in a mood. $1 trillion bond bubble. Bing. Is fucking foggy, y'all. Yo, mama's so fat, she could wear the fog as a dress. It doesn't make any sense. And I don't mean any disrespect to anybody's mama. It's like jokes, man. Freaking jokes. I got a cool idea for Indiana Jones 6. It would be, Lucas and Spielberg would produce it, but Quentin Tarantino would direct it as his 11th movie, for the hidden track. And then it would be Indiana Jones and the Juniors. And it would turn out that, like, Brad Pitt was one of his sons, and Leonardo DiCaprio was one of his sons, and Chris Pratt was one of his sons, and Dave Chappelle was one of his sons, and Kit Harington was one of his sons, and Chris Hemsworth was one of his sons. And my mind just starts to write movie scenes, and it's really funny. And so it would be called Indiana Jones and the Juniors, because apparently, back in the day when you were allowed to be a ladies' man, Indiana Jones apparently, would have had a lot of children along the way, which I'm sure the media would totally tear him up for and be like, oh my God, what a horrible man. But all of a sudden turned it out super duper awesome. And then you can fight for the whole gender equality of like, he should have the equal amount of daughters, or like however they write movies nowadays. I don't know, man. Let social media write the screenplays. What? I'm going to tell you something else. I am a hero. I've had a lot of difficulties, challenges, and obstacles in my life. I've been a bully magnet for a long time. But you know what? I have found strength and magic through Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, and God. My whole life. I've just been walking with Jesus since I was born. That's what it feels like. And so Jesus, God, and the Holy Spirit have always provided me with strength and hope and faith. And so anyone who uses the Bible or their belief in Jesus or God to make people scared, I just don't agree with you, man. My Jesus is cool, bro. Am I going to go to hell for cussing? Yeah, who knows? Probably not. Because there's no like shit, don't say shit in the Bible. And even the word fuck, it just means fornication under consent of the king. It is an abbreviation. And God is like, and it's all in the intention. You know, I believe in that. Anywho, we're talking about here is something biblical where the top infectious disease scientist warns that 2/3 of the world's population could get infected with the coronavirus. That is definitely biblical numbers. If you've read the Wormwood passage, like I have, and many have, you know, it says, hey, dude, we will lose 2/3 of the population. And grass will be grown in cities. But I believe that prophecy is for damage mitigation. And so, you know, that's what it is. And if you want to listen to other people who are like, no, blah, blah, like just like the people who will tell you what the devil's going to do and the devil's every move and where the devil's at, like people who always focus your mind on the negative shit or the Antichrist shit or the like, oh, here's the fucking doom and gloom. I saw someone define that as Satanism the other day of like the actual trying to take away of hope and the taking away that God is in control and believing that man is in control. And so I definitely see that going on like I'm talking about. I'm trying to bring you guys cool, edited, fun videos that uplift you and make you laugh. And I've got a team of people that, you know, that are messing with me. So it's hard for me to edit a video that takes a couple hours and 10,000 cuts or 1,000 cuts. Because like it's like they get jealous or just pissed when I make really great videos. So it's like as I try, you know, the people who are trying to bring you hope and optimism and show you that there is still light in these dark days and that we have to stay strong, have faith. Like they hate that shit. You know, they need to sell you that like something horrible's coming and you gotta, you know, buy their fucking products or whatever political bullshit they're selling you. And yeah, something horrible may be coming. But, you know, humanity is not going to get eradicated. And my own personal belief is that, like, somehow we manifested this shit all by ourselves by staying in a low vibration, consistently making really poor choices, consistently using greed, hate, like, all the shit that I've preached about. Like, kind of like if we stay on this path, you know, free will is a big part of this. So, clearly, we need to start making some better choices. More people need to start stepping up. Although I think over the next month we'll see people spinning out. But I'm saying these are definitely biblical times and New Testamental. But I believe we're in the newest testament. And so does your belief in God and Jesus make you a stronger, better person? Or does it make you worse? Does it feed into, enable all the worst parts of you? I don't know, man. That's why the main thing I've been concerned about at THORnews since I've been here is I don't give a shit about views. I don't give a shit about numbers. Man, I just want high quality people that I can connect with and help train and teach. And so, yeah, that's why I was, you know, during certain video subjects, I'll always get the like super nihilist Danner Debbies. I'm like, man, this is fucking THORnews, bro. You walked in the wrong classroom. Go down the hall. You know? If you go to the left, someone will blame it on global warming. If you go to the right, someone will blame it on grand solar minimum. If you go either way, you know, they'll say, you're hopeless. That's not true, dude. I'm telling you that social networking kind of screw everything up. Man, I'm just kind of rambling. Yeah, dude, you know, one of the reasons, at THORnews, I think it'll be another 2 or 3 weeks before Americans really start to take this seriously because they're going to be so distracted by whatever stupid Brady Bunch bullshit that the fucking media rolls out where, like, you know, whether it's Nancy Pelosi ripping up a script or Barr saying something or Trump tweeting about donkey fucking or whatever the hell it is, man. And so now's a good time to stock up on water. Now's a good time to stock up on toilet paper. You'll use it eventually, but the first thing that goes in, if your country, we are now talking about Hong Kong and Vietnam and China, who are taking precautions and quarantine and shit, and like, they're like, so it's a good time to buy extra fucking toilet paper. And I bought, Walgreens had a sale on the cool chunky Campbell soups. I bought 6 cans. Although it doesn't sound like much, I'm trying to add each every time I walk to the store. Because, we could see ourselves in a 1 or 2 month lockdown period. There are many subjects I can discuss, but like, there's a, I don't know. But I'm just saying, I'm recommending a buy toilet paper, man. Buy extra toilet, stock up on that and water, maybe a couple extra canned goods. And I survive and thrive on your contributions and donations. Although I have a little bit of money in the bank, a couple $100. I'd like, and any contributions would be greatly fucking appreciated, so I can stock up on shit and prepare. You guys have been taking pretty good care of me. But damn, I wish I had a car or a motorcycle or something. Anywho, but as I said, I've been just sitting in this foxhole the majority of the time because it's been really crazy trying to bring you guys the truth. But I guess I'm as good prepared as anyone to sit in an apartment for a month. But we still got like 10 days for dating before the virus fears you start to see the numbers drastically increase. That 24 fucking day incubation period, man. That's crazy. That means a lot of those tests and not tests. And that's what drives me nuts. People are like, you're picking on Trump now. Well, it's like, man, he's the only person on the planet that can give us real data, real numbers, and set up a plan for our country on how we're going to deal with this. The longer he puts it off, the worse that all of a sudden they're just going to start calling shots, and you ain't got no fucking say. Where like, if they're killing people in the China streets who aren't cooperating, and if you can find the videos, they're out there that like, yeah, the fucking flip switch was real fast when shit gets, I don't know. I'm just saying the whole just the plan, whatever, man. Like, at what point in time, like, is everyone gonna wake up? And like the numbers continue to grow, and so we don't trust. We don't. And if China's not telling us the truth, that means it doesn't give our government knows the truth. So if they're not gonna help us, prepare us, and I know that people are like, well, if they told people, there'd be mass hysteria, and it's like, no. Like, you got to tell them at some point anyways, and you got a month to prepare. And, if you get everybody working together and minds and ideas on the table of us, like, this is Game of Thrones. This is the White Walkers, okay? And so we are a capitalist system, which is like, just do everything for profit. And so now we are beyond that wall. And so, I don't know, man, if people are thinking about how do we do this best for profit or how do we do this best for power, the people, I don't know, we'll see. Like I said, then we're just going to have to wait for this coronavirus wave to go through, see how many people it gets. Hey, man, maybe it'll just die off in a week, and I'll be like, oh, no, I overspoke on this subject, but I don't think that's the case, and the numbers continue to grow, and the countries continue to grow. You had your second death in Japan, like, there are people out there like, this is just a flu. No, dude, they don't shut down $400 million cities and turn everything off if it's just the flu. And if you go put in Wuhan, like, if you go look for the videos coming out of China from the people, there's some scary shit on there. All right. Investors are realizing this virus scare is yet another piece of evidence about how fragile global economic growth is. It's completely a guess about what the impact of the virus will be. I'll state again, I always get people like talking at me like, this is what this is the real. No, man, I'm THORnews, and my track record is good. And I could be wrong, but this is a bioweapon that got out, in my opinion. Or it is kind of like something we manifested out of the bottomless pit from just low vibration, greed, anger, hate, judgment, like of picking all the bad shit. Like, we had a lot of chances to come together that it didn't happen. And so this is a universe force in our hand. And so that's why I don't think, you'll hear a lot of people, the people on YouTube who try to convince you that there's some man in control. Do you believe in man or do you believe in God? Do you think that God is in control, or do you think that so like an individual man or some little group controls everything in the fucking universe. If you really believe that, then THORnews is not a place for you. You know, I mean, you could be an atheist, and but like the idea that an atheist would think that like one man is in total control is crazy. You know, I don't even know. Like, I know the idea that like kind of sink it through your brain. Like, what does you feel? Do you think that like someone's got this under control? I don't think so. And that's what I'm saying. So it doesn't matter rich, super poor. That this was kind of like that thing that nobody's prepared for. And so here we go. And so there's never been a better time or event. Technically, any time before now would have been better, but out of the existing times, now's the best time for us to work together. Anywho, hopefully I got all my crazy out for just the small, cool Asteroid Fight Club. I'm sure there'll still be some dipshits and dickheads who down thumbs this, but that's the funny thing, dude. It's like this is an Asteroid Fight Club meeting. It's kind of like the automatic douche button. And I'm sorry if you hit it. It's like that just means you went down the wrong hall. You made the mistake. And you're like, I'm mad that I made a mistake. I'm blaming it on you. Right. Okay. So yeah, I'm trying to cheer the fuck back up. But it's like I said, being opt-in, hope is not lost, not by any means. And I think I'll survive. So if people talking shit to me, I'm like, hey buddy, I wouldn't talk too much shit. There's a good chance you might be dead in a little while. I don't mean that like I just mean that with everything that I've been through and my own conversations with God, I think I'm here for a couple years. And like I got a purpose. Sometimes I don't always know what it is or where we're going. I just got to stay cool and do the best I can, bring people together. And remind you, we're all in this together. And that karma settles all my scores. I would like love sometime, baby. All right. Yeah, a lot of the medical workers have been infected. And so it's like in China, people are like, fuck communism. Well, communism's keeping the fucking power on, man. Communism's keeping the doctors in the hospital. I know America's going to have a trickier time with we got a lot of, that like, I don't know, if you knew there was a 50% chance that you're going to die as a doctor going into the hospital, would you go? That like with all the power companies and shit, it's not the like somebody's got to keep the lights on and the bills up. There's a lot of shit that we should be working out right now. All these situations, even the crematoriums that supposedly they're running these fucking things 24/7, of burning the bodies. And so it's a state run, so they can just say burn it. Here in America, to even do something like that, that's a private corporate, like it's all weird. And that's a whole nother Asteroid Fight Club level of when you get into the dark dimensional bottomless pit shit that like Nostradamus was talking about, the human furnace, where we now have the human furnace burning again, like a sign of an antichrist, like having a World War II. And now it's happening again, where somehow we're having to just burn humans. And remember, the family doesn't get any say. Like, anytime we've got furnaces working 24/7, burning human bodies, that the signs are bad. But that means the second coming could be right around the corner. Faithful and true. And so, I'm going to do the best I can do. And I ask you to do the best you can do. But free will is real, so you can do whatever you want. And I love you guys. I'm trying to sane it up, but I think most of you can understand that taking in all the data as I do, and then having recommended teamwork for the last 7 years and gotten very few people interested, I get frustrated at times. And so having to bring you this information in a way that's, it can be a tricky roller coaster. But I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a great day of love. I hope you have a great February. But now's a good time for some miracles. I ain't got, like, even if it's going to be doom, well, shit. We should be working hard to enjoy whatever last hours we have left. But I don't think humanity's getting eradicated. But I definitely think the world will look much different 1 year from now. So now's the time to be a champion. God bless everyone. Stay cool. Talk to you in a more professional way, probably in the near future. Peace out.